For example, a produce, a Nendaram banana from Kerala to Jammu Kashmir, the Kashmir apples to the eastern part of the country. So much of potential is there. And the way the improvement is coming, I think this industry is going to further flourish, and ultimately the citizens of the country and the farmers of the country are going to be benefited with the initiatives being taken by the civil aviation industry. Krishi Udan is one of the initiatives which is helping the farmers of one part of the country to reach it to the other part of the country. And I think the air cargo network is the only option. It can only get the produce reached in a faster time in comparison to the road network.
Hi, this is Libin Chakopurian from Stat Media Group. We are here in New Delhi for ACFI Annual Conclave 2023. With me right now is Dr. Sudhanshu, the Secretary of APEDA. Dr. Sudhanshu, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you give us an idea about what brings you to ACFI and what does it mean to the air cargo and the agri-products industry in India?
We all know that India is an agrarian economy, and lot of potential is there for perishable cargo produce which need to be transported from one part of the country to another and to the global market also. And because APEDA looks after the export promotion of agriculture and processed food products, and not of perishable products in terms of fruits, vegetables which are being exported from the country. So I feel the ACFI has taken a wonderful initiative to provide a platform where all the stakeholders in industry are there to discuss how the further process can be improvised further. Because when the efficiency will increase, our produce will reach safely to the consumer or the buyer. Because this logistics, air civil aviation industry has to play a crucial role in terms of getting the produce reached safely in a better quality to the consumer or as per the expectation of the consumer. And this not only it is the satisfaction of the consumer, but also the brand India, because when we talk about exports, when the produce reaches to the consumer in a good quality, the brand India gets established. And if due to the gaps in the logistics supply chain, if the quality of the produce deteriorates, the brand India gets affected because the consumer or the buyer, they say the produce has come from India. So I think this is one of the wonderful initiatives which ACFI has taken, and they need to continue such kind of programs in coming future.
In the last financial year, APEDA supported agri-produce. Their exports closed around 27 billion US dollars. It also surpassed the real target that you have set, for example. So how we are looking into it and how far the Indian air cargo is part of that group?
The kind of potential country has in terms of production of fruits and vegetables or flowers, and the way it is happening, I would like to make a mention that during even the COVID pandemic time also, this was the only the food industry, we were able to ship our produce, whether it's a fresh produce or the processed produce, and with the efforts of all the stakeholders and the initiatives taken by Govt of India, and that time we were able to surpass our target. And the kind of efforts taken by the state governments, the concerned central government agencies, lot of sensitization has happened in terms of quality production, in terms of the improving the transportation network, in terms of connecting to the market, whether it's a global market or the domestic market, because country is so big. For example, a produce, a Nendaram banana from Kerala to Jammu Kashmir, the Kashmir apples to the eastern part of the country. So much of potential is there, and the way the improvement is coming, I think this industry is going to further flourish, and ultimately the citizens of the country and the farmers of the country are going to be benefited with the initiatives being taken by the civil aviation industry.
Krishi Udan is one of the most important policy initiative from the government side towards helping moving the perishables, for example. And through air cargo, what is the future of that policy? How sustainable is moving perishable through air cargo from the APEDA point of view?
Krishi Udan is one of the initiatives which is helping the farmers of one part of the country to reach it to the other part of the country. And I think the air cargo network is the only option. It can only get the produce reached in a faster time in comparison to the road network. So the idea is the regional airport where the consolidated produce can reach there. From there it can be connected to the metro airports. And finally, the produce of the farmer, when it is able to reach to the far parts in the country, the farmer is going to be benefited because then farmer will be able to get a good price.
What is your message from APEDA to the air cargo industry or stakeholders in India?
From APEDA side, I would like to urge the stakeholders in the air cargo industry to brainstorm and see what kind of initiatives are required to plug in the gaps. The ultimate idea should be that the perishable cargo produced, it should reach in a safer mechanism, safer mode, and ultimately when it reaches to the consumer or to the market, the quality should not deteriorate. And the second part is whether the cost involved. The cost involved should be minimized in such a manner so that it's a win-win situation for all the stakeholders, the farmer, the processor or the exporter or the service provider. It should be a win-win situation for everyone. So, the air cargo industry should take initiative in this direction by brainstorming, by taking the right kind of professionals in a particular platform and then come up with some recommendation.
Dr. Sudhanshu, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.